Alright. Hitman versus Razermoon. And as I mentioned, I'm going to try to get into the duck mirror. Afterwards. We'll see if we can do both. 2 best of 3s, though. Hopefully we don't hold up the whole tournament. I'm sure everyone's cool. I mean, we're here. At the end of the day, guys, we're here to watch some games. I think the people running the tournament, the people playing the tournament, they're here to watch some games as well. So we're going to watch some games, and we're going to hopefully... I can't believe it still says he's on 0 effort. I need to update this. I need to update the tool. It says he's on 0 effort. Here's the quarterfinal of the NA LUL Weekly, number 2. Bottom left, here's Razermoon. Of course, I mean, we were all impressed with him, weren't we? We were all impressed with him. Upper right, Hitman. I mean, sometimes he's impressive. Sometimes, you know, he loses a grunt in the early games. Stuff like that. Is the NA scene good? I don't know. You guys tell me in the chat. The NA scene good? Minus equal game. Yes, Victor. 110 1100 11010. Hitman. Yes. I am too a robot. Blade Master versus Demon Hunter. Ooh, Razermoon. Is he a Talons player? I don't remember these two playing, although I think they have played once. I think they've played once. They came actually 1900? Hell yeah, he is. And to be honest, I think AKM could be even higher than that if he just played normal strategies. Because he's actually not bad. He just plays Blood Mage every game. Demon Hunter gets a circlet. Blade Master. There's a few different openers. Selling the TP, buying a circlet is always an opener, but then you can creep this priest, you can creep this priest, you can go for the creep jack here, or you can go for the immediate harass. And it seems like creep jack here is the play for Hitman. By immediate harass, I of course mean go towards the main base. Oh, actually, yeah, Hitman is going to go towards the main base. Is this for wisp kills? The Master shows himself. Not sure what Hitman is exactly doing, although there's always a purpose.
A player's forces are under attack.
Grunt finds the Demon Hunter that bought a circlet and dust. Grunt can now block the Demon Hunter. That little movement there should tell Razermoon that Hitman's creeping this. Honestly, a mistake for him to not go down here and get the mana burn on the blade. He ran up to this priest as though the blade was creeping it. Dude, come on. Come on. Replenish potion. Am I wrong, guys? Am I wrong, chat? That little grunt move, the potential block right here, I immediately know he's creeping this priest by that movement. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? I don't think I'm crazy. Last windwalk used, but Hitman got both priests. Oh, Wisp. Yeah, not worth. Archer. He's got a ward. Can't use the windwalk strike, so that'll allow for a deny. Exactly. Well done to Razermoon. Archer in position for blocking. And it's there! And that's a dead grunt. The creeps are on Razermoon's side. The grunt dies level 2. Is found. Boost the speed of purchase for the Demon Hunter. And we'll see what Hitman goes for. Is he going to go for the full Lamo mode? Blade is in position to stop. And it's not as though it has to be Talons just yet, but we don't see a Hunter's Hall, so won't be. And second ward used for a second Archer. It almost feels wasteful to kill an Archer with a ward, but it's not, of course. Of course not. Just that's how good wards are. Oh, detonates the speed scroll. Pretty wicked. And Blade can stay there. Grunt can go to the lab. Oh, never mind. Yeah, this Grunt will go to the lab. And That's archer number 3 going down. You aren't wrong, but Razor would probably beat you in a 1v1. Well, I wouldn't ever play the game, so I don't know if we'd ever actually play each other. Okay, so Beastmaster will probably confirm its talons. Hitman, by the way, got a ring from that green camp. And Ensnare now goes the way of goes the way of Hitman, but just a summon. And yeah, it will be Raiderlim. And by the way, saying that he was at his base during this whole exchange is not true because you saw him micro the Demon Hunter up against the block. He microed away from the block. His Demon was running this way. Grunt feinted a block. He ran up. That's the whole point. That he was looking at the Demon Hunter. You guys paying attention? You guys need to get a coffee, okay? Wake up. Wake up, okay? We're in this together. We got lots of games to go today, okay? Demon Hunter nicely creeps the mercenary camp now that he knows the blade is out of mana and out of position to stop it. So Beastmaster not going to be bad for the Beastmaster. No, Razermoon is different from Razerman. It's very confusing, though. So you might hear me call Razermoon Razerman on occasion, but that's all right. It's his fault entirely for being named Razermoon. Oh, by the way, it's only one Z as well. Here, I'll edit that.
A player's forces are under attack.
Hold up. Sorry, guys. I'm fixing this. The man deserves to have the proper name. There. There we go. 1Z. 1Z. Or 1Z? What am I supposed to say as a Canadian? And a lot of creeping for Razermoon. Once that DH level 3. Blade level 3, though, is going to be finding him, but there's a hawk in the air.
A player's forces are under
Oh, Beastmaster. There's another Windwalk. It's dead. And Hitman finds the Beastmaster kill with just a blade. Hitman with double towers. If you guys aren't aware of this strategy by now, you're not an NA fan, all right?
A player's forces are under attack.
He can do that from the mini-map. He can see if the Grunt is blocking to the right and move up from the mini-map. You guys failed the test. It was a test and you failed. Demon Hunter. Get level 3, which I suppose is passing a test in some ways, isn't it? DC level 3. Hitman is pretty much in complete control of this game. Ever since that Beastmaster kill, I feel like he's in complete control. If he doesn't get that Beastmaster kill, Razermoon might have, you know, a timing to go over here, cancel the Great Hall. Because you can actually, if you're the Night Elf, ignore the towers and just consistently cancel the Great Hall over and over again. Even if you have to use a TP to cancel it, it's still worth. You just run over, cancel it, town portal, run over, cancel it, town portal. Eventually, the orc runs out of steam, and they have raiders, right? So if he didn't lose the Beastmaster, he would have had the opportunity to do that. But ever since losing that Beastmaster, he loses that timing. Oh, the shockwave hit everything! Staff was passed, but okay, will be used. This shockwave's about to hit everything again, though. Never mind. Beastmaster. Shockwave on the Beastmaster. Zeppelin purchased. Oh, just barely. Oh my god, the shockwaves. Dear Lord in heaven. Oh my god. And that was just a distraction push so the Grey Hall didn't get canceled. The Beastmaster dies a second time. A lot of the Talons did live, though. So if Razermoon can find a way to heal them up, maybe he still has one more chance in this game. But time is running out. NA mean only NA can join, or can any Americans? Anyone in general, Slothian. Anyone in general. It's just called NA because, one, the meme, and two, because of the time zone, or the time that this is played at. How many Talons will die to the Solar Blade? Oh, heal scroll used perfectly on time, actually. Nicely done from Razermoon. Just purely the time zone. And the meme. Here comes Hitman again, but this Demon Hunter, level 4 with a Hellstone, you don't want to mess with that guy. And the expansion saturated. 3 towers, a little under-towered for my taste. Master finally back. Blade steals the Shredder, kills the Wisp. And Hitman eventually will be going tier 3. You're going to see down here, you're going to see tier 3 and a second bestiary eventually. Once we get to that stage, I will tell you guys what we're seeing. And good news, ACAM vs. Duck is still being played. We might be able to catch that Pato best of 3 after this. Hitman not going to be able to win this fight. You see how there's still chances for Razermoon, even though it's 2 base against 1. Like, Hitman's going to lose his blade now? No, Potion of Vulnerability and Tone Portal have to be burnt now, right? Oh, but the Cyclone on the TC. This blade is still dead. Oh, unless TP can be passed, which it won't be. So yeah, blade is dead. See what I mean? Oh, the shockwave is huge, though. It's huge. Time is running out. Him as Expo versus Night Elf. I was talking about for Razermoon, the timing. In fact, that was explicitly my point. All right, TP out. So that was what? A Grunt, a Raider, and a Blade Master. TP and Potion of Vulnerability. Razermoon forced into another heal scroll, but, you know, a couple more exchanges like that, and 3 towers is not unbreakable. This isn't 5, 6 towers. Now Hitman may be realizing he's a little bit under-towered with how that went. It's the second bestiary. And Fortress, of course, what this is for is Liquid Fire Bat Riders. He's going to go up to 50 supply Raiders, and then he's going to go into Liquid Fire Bat Riders to further buy time. And then while he's playing with Liquid Fire Bat Riders, he's going to try to get up a 3rd base at one of these red camps, one or the other. Once he's got the 3rd base up, then the final stage of the plan commences. He goes into Burning Oil Demolishers, Witch Doctors, and Taurens with a single Kodo. That's the final army. But in doing so, in doing that strat, you need 3 bases. So this is all a distraction to get up to 3 bases for Hitman. It's all a ruse. You have to eat an entire burger and drink a can of Mountain Dew before you can enter the NA Cup. Exactly. Exactly. Precisely. Yeah, and there's a Spirit Lodge, Witch Doctors again. Not just for wards, for further the laming, but for heal wards and stasis traps for the final army to repeat. Master Witch Doctors, Burning Oil Demolishers, Taurens with Pulverize, and a Kodo with the Battle Drums upgrade. That's the final army Hitman goes for. But he needs a 3rd base. Still needs a 3rd base. So look to see him try to clean up a red camp and build more towers while distracting with the soon-to-be Bat Riders. Liquid Fire, I would imagine, will be researched very, very soon. Hitman's getting this red camp, probably for an expansion, but now he's probably realizes, ooh, I can actually clear this out quite easily and start building towers there. Because that's definitely what's going to be on Hitman's mind right now. We're going to get that third base. But Razermoon, he's doing what he's supposed to. He's controlling the map, taking creeps. He can't push into these towers when Hitman's defending them. But what he can do is get really sick heroes and survive long enough to move this Tree of Eternity to an expansion. And survive long enough for Hitman to be down to one base himself. The Razermoon actually not in bad shape here. The shockwaves are outrageous, though. EH nearly level 5, though. Oh, this next shockwave. Oh, this next shockwave. Oh, no. Oh, no. There it is. And TP out. Again, Razermoon still controlling the map. Loses a couple of Talons, but TP force, TP force, TP force. Time and time again. Where are the Liquid Fire Bat Riders, by the way? Liquid Fire's not even being researched. Am I crazy? Am I taking crazy sauce? With my hamburger. Hamburger?
Players' forces are under attack.
Demon Hunter level 5. Tinker nearly level 2. Razermoon always needs a town portal though, or else Hitman will just dive in for the Tree of Eternity, of course. Oh my god, the shockwave, dude. Jesus. Razermoon's been forced into 3 heal scrolls now just because of the shockwaves out of the fight. Okay, now we have Liquid Fire Bat Riders. And +2 attack. And the Torn Totem. You see how well I know my boy. And Burning Oil, I would imagine. There it is. But, what is missing, guys? What's missing? Say it with me. See if you guys are listening. What's missing? The third base. Third base is missing. This is actually, look at the gold count. 48 supply still versus 41. Obviously, Hitman's not in fighting shape with this 48 supply. And he still needs to go up to 70, 80 supply. Is he going to be able to afford it once he's out of gold on his main? I don't know. Double Moonwell killed there, actually. That's why the third base is necessary. But because of how Razermoon has done such a good job controlling the map, it hasn't been possible for Hitman so far. Because similar to the tanks, remember we were talking about the tanks in the Flame versus Jabba game earlier. If you know, you can never fight. So if you like lose your Bat Riders, you lose your Raiders, all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, you have an army left and I can no longer kill your buildings. The game is just over. And it's the same situation with the Raiders and the Bat Riders. Okay, Razermoon is aware of the Bat Riders now. He's going to eat a big shockwave here, though. And there's a town portal. What? Town portal number 10? Ooh. See, you guys all thought this game was over, but all of a sudden, Hitman, not behind because supply blocked, but struggling to find a way to close this game out, isn't he?
Players' forces are under attack.
So Hitman needs to do all this just to beat one base Night Elf Talons? Not necessarily, but this is how the strategy ideally goes, let's say. This is the best case scenario for Hitman, is he gets that third base up before this base runs out. And by get that base up, I mean have 4 or 5 towers here and the Great Hall mining. Before the main base runs out, so then you're always 2 base against 1.
A player's forces
of course, both main bases run out. It's only 30-40 seconds before the Night Elf is close to mining equally with you yet again. You understand? Okay. Master training is done. So Hitman has all the upgrades he needs, but look at the gold. Does he have the gold to get 70 supply? Not really. But luckily for him, Hitman, he's managed to keep Razermoon on like 40 supply. But the heroes are so strong. Tinker's going to be level 3. This Beast is going to be level 4. And Hitman's running out of gold. I would not count Razerman out entirely. Razermoon. See, it's his fault. His name's so close. I would not count him out. I would not count him out.
A town is under siege.
Oh, I've just been informed that the overlay is actually wrong. This is a best of 3. Bam! There we go. Oh, shockwave! Oh my god! And getting his Torrents, getting his Demolishers out. Doesn't eat the level 3 mana burn there. Alright, it seems like Duck and Pato are going to start, but I believe it's being streamed. I'll check. I'll try to find where it's being streamed. They did offer to wait, but I said, like, look, this is still in game 1. It's gonna be a while, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Talon's next game as well, so. Bat Riders, cleaning up. So Hitman's only play now, really... Well, I guess he's got a decent army. I still don't know if he's entirely in fighting shape, though, against the heroes. I don't know if Hitman's gonna win a fight, despite the supply. I don't think he's gonna win a fight. Oh my god, TC caught out of position. So I think Hitman's main play here is to actually eliminate Razermoon. Building kill. Okay, he gets out of there without a town portal. Because Hitman, he's only got 5 minutes of mining left and no third base, whereas Razermoon, many minutes of mining. And Invispot Dust purchased, but I don't think that's the play. Hitman's trying to buy as much time as he can, though. Oh, the Quilbeast! There's the Hawk. And TP forced. Blade gonna go in to deal with the Quilbeast with the Orb, which is huge, actually. Needs to kill it, though. Does get it. And Tower's here. But see, that's the main mistake from Hitman this game. He should have been doing this 10 minutes ago. He should have been prioritizing that. That's kind of the hardest part of the strategy, though, in a way, is to somehow secure that third base. Look, now he's trying desperately. It's a mana burn. Oh, Blade might be dead here. The Windwalk's running out in 5 seconds. It's out. The Blade's dead? No, it's not dead. Very close to running out. So close to running out. TC's back with the town portal. Okay, it does save the Blade. Ooh, that was close. But the Bat Riders continue to kill the buildings. There's very few buildings left over. And Hitman gets these towers up. One pair of the towers is scouted, but it's just a lightning rod for these towers to get up. I believe, let's say 4 might be enough. 4 might be enough. And here's Hitman's army. The ultimate army. Could use one more Tauren. There it is. But these demolishers are 3-0.
A town is under siege.
And these are scouted now, too. Sav is streaming it. Okay, so that's twitch.tv/Savage70. Is it? I believe. Warcraft3.info. You can find all the streamers on the side, though. But go check out Sav. He's a good guy.
A player's forces are under attack.
So that is a match I wanted to see. Now Hitman in position to defend his towers. If he defends his towers, he can Get another base up. But still, only 2 minutes of mining here. And yeah, Razermoon is going to be able to defend this base. So what, are we going to be down to a one base game? With very little buildings? Potentially, right? Batriders are cleaning everything up over here.
A player's forces are under attack.
And Hitman. Gonna build that. Batriders, by the way, where are... Did they all die? Am I crazy? This Quillbeast might have killed all the Batriders, guys.
A player's forces are under attack.
Hitman, barely any gold left. Oh, he bought a tiny Great Hall. Okay. Because if not, 2.5 minutes, it would have been the 30-minute mark before Hitman was mining, and that would have been longer than this gold will hold. Ancient of Winds being rebuilt. Remember when I said that Razermoon, you shouldn't count him out just yet? 71 versus 47. And Hitman's army is officially stronger now. Because it's not Raiders and Batriders. Oh, Batriders did live. Okay, they're just on the edge of the map. And notice, Hitman gets in a fight, he engages, distracts, and then sends the Batriders. And these are all going to die. The Quillbeast... Oh, actually, nice multitasking from Razermoon. Yeah, look at this. Plus 22. And look at all the upgrades for Hitman. Does he have every upgrade in the game, nearly? Except for Shamans and Walkers. And he needs armor upgrades and +1 attack. Other than that, what's he missing? Backpack? So Walkers, Shamans, couple of damage upgrades, backpack. He's pretty close. Oh, the shockwave is huge. And that's only level 3 shockwave as well. Or level 2 shockwave, rather. Shredder's now here, but obviously not the strongest of units against Talons. What is over here? I need to check. Oh, that's a Talon. If only Demon Hunter was close to level 6. Maybe this would be an easier fight for Razermoon. If only he had Moonwells to heal up. Oh, they're at the lower left. And TC has a mana pot and also close to a level up. I don't think Hitman's lost much here. Razermoon's still 50 supply, though. And nice shockwave, I guess? Sure. Oh, Talons going in for the Demolishers. Can Razermoon kill all these demos? Oh, that's what the wards are for, though. The Stasis Trap is so strong, and all the Talons die. Beastmaster dies. Blade's level 6. Demon Hunter misses a crit, but gets another one. And I guess diving the Demolishers does not work because Stasis Trap into Demo Focus Fire equals every Talon dies. Which is really the strength of this army, isn't it? Because your demos are protected at all times. Because no matter what, even if the Stasis Traps in front are dealt with, the Stasis Traps in the back will never be dealt with. So yeah, I mean, there's another, I guess, tip here from Hitman. Always put a Stasis Trap to the back of the army with this unit composition. And Razermoon can no longer win. AP to counter this Great Hall. But, I mean, a single Raider could be sent. Or the Berserker probably best to send to cancel that. But Hitman had to realize earlier. I think Burning Oil damages your own units, yep. But the only units you have in front are pretty much Heroes and Taurens, so... And GG is called 1-0 for Mr. Hitman. Quite the game. 30-minute game there. You guys can tell why we're not going to be able to cast the other quarterfinal. Yeah, so Dice versus Mr. Winner, Hippo versus Alex Chen, and Pato versus Duck. Pato versus Duck is being streamed on Thav's channel. Which, let me find it for you guys. I think it was already linked by Smoke, but Pato's also streaming his first person, and I imagine Forks is actually streaming it as well, but if you want it in English, it would be Savage70 WC3. Check that out. Yeah, the reason why no walkers or shamans is just simply you don't have the supply to get everything you need, because you need the demolishers. That's your main source of damage. You need some sort of front line, so Taurens. Even though you're up against walkers, it's still necessary to have some front line other than just heroes that are tanking, because if you try to just face tank with your TC and your blade, they're just dead. So you need some sort of sacrificial lamb or sacrificial Tauren up front to soak up the damage. So that's your tank, even though you're up heavy armor against magic damage still. Demos are twofold. One, they're your main damage, and two, they force a fight in the position that you want. No other unit can really do that. Like, say your opponent has like 4 towers, 4 APs, you can't force a fight on your terms. But with demos, you can. You can force them into your wards, you can force them into your TC Shockwave. So that's what demos are good for. That and also, if they attack your towers, you can defend at your towers quite easily. And then Witch Doctors for wards. Of course, we saw the purpose of stasis traps and heal wards necessary because no Shadow Hunter. You can't get those things that are essential, and then obviously a Kodo, you might as well. You can't get 3 demos of Kodo, 16 supply, 2 heroes is 26 supply. You have 3 bases. So what is that? 41 supply. You have a Shredder, 45 supply. You need 2 Taurens. That's 53 supply. You need 5 Witch Doctors, 63 supply. Kodo, 67. You're getting pretty close to 80 with that. So what, are you going to mix in 2 walkers? You're going to mix in a couple shamans? Maybe? Or would you prefer to have 1 more Tauren and 1 more demo? Game number 2 is on Springtime. Hitman in the upper left. Razermoon, bottom right. So Demon Hunter yet again. And this is a better map for Razermoon, not because it's a better map for talents, but because it's a harder map to get a 3rd base. Think about it. If you were to add 1 unit, though, I'd say over shamans, I would say a couple walkers would probably be that 1 unit. But also, you can't Spirit Link demos, right?
A player's forces are under attack.
So Blade will start creeping. Be counter fortified as tier 2 elf. I kind of briefly talked about it in the last game. I think you kind of ignore the fortified towers and try to instead cancel the Great Hall while it's being constructed. If you think a Great Hall takes 2.5 minutes to get up, and you can't wait for tier 3 to get a tiny Great Hall with this strategy for Hitman. So the better play is to have really good scouting. Wisps, see? Wisps, see? Scouting. Wisps are essentially free scouting across the map, although they sometimes die. And then to cancel the Great Hall at like 50%, minute and a half gone. Cancel Great Hall again, 50%, minute and a half gone. Close to. And then by the time the Orc player actually gets their Expo up, you already have, 3/3 heroes with 50 supply talons, and you could just sort of run into their main base and own them.
A player's forces are under attack.
You don't have to literally, you don't have to literally kill the towers to cancel the expansion. You can actually ignore the towers. But it's easier said than done. But that is the way you do it. That is how Orc players lose with this strat, is they get their expansion canceled. Dust, maybe? Yep, there's a dust and circlet purchase as well. Razermoon, not going to find much here, but staff and boots. Staff, of course, necessary to cancel. If you can cancel the towers, that's even better, right? It's not as though you can't see the towers going up too, but it tends to be more difficult because there's a raider. There's a raider online, and how Hitman's going to play it, when his towers are coming up, he's going to creep camps close to his towers so that he can always fall back and defend with his first raider with ensnare and just surround your hero and force the town portal. So it's really hard to actually cancel the towers, whereas it's easier to cancel the Great Hall because you have more of an army. DH Pitlord Dryads. I think you're going to run into the same strategy, but with a worse second hero. Because Beastmaster, of course, is better. You noticed the Quill Beast against the Bat Rider is really, really good. The Hawk against the Lame, really, really good. Whereas Pitlord is only actually good in direct fights. And Hitman, with this strat, at least, is not going to take direct fights. If you're playing against Orc players that say, I would love to fight your Pitlord that has plus 40 damage and roar with my Raider Walker army and lose without killing a single unit. If you're playing Orc players that are doing that, it's great. But if you're playing Orc players that are avoiding the fights like Hitman is here, it's not as good as other options. Hitman has dust and uses speed scroll, actually. Wants to get all the archers. We'll get 2. And Hunter's Hall, by the way, so will we have lures soon? Not sure. There's actually a variation of the strategy that Hitman plays if he knows it's lures. And if we see that from him, we'll talk about it. But for now, let's just assume the same. Naga second, and every archer's died. Tony Maroney, 32. Thank you for the rate of 99. Appreciate that. Grunt will go down. And do we have lures yet? Okay, we have a single lure. Alright, I know we're talking a lot about strategy, but hey. I like doing it if you guys like listening to it. Now, the variation for Hitman here is if he sees his lures, you can actually do a variation, which is instead of going just pure Raider with an expansion, with a towers into expansion, you can actually go for the expansion without towers and just spam headhunters and raiders and kodos. You just spam tier 2 units and you build the Great Hall without towers and you just run at your opponent over and over again. We'll see if Hitman does that. Because it's actually a more winnable fight against lures with tier 2 units than it is against talons without dispel. For now, Hitman unable to do a ton on the map. Could Pillar destroy the demos with Rain of Fire? Maybe. But the Beastmaster can also destroy the demos with a level 2 Hawk, if given the opportunity. Which actually was in play last game. Surprised we didn't see that maybe more.
A player's forces are under attack.
Man, is he just going to go for the straight Great Hall? Gotta look so smart if he doesn't build towers here. Okay, no, he's building towers. All right, so no Headhunter variation. It's just going to be the Raiders from last game. Demon Hunter, nearly level 3. Imagine, remember the Beastmaster at the Mercenary Camp last game? This Demon Hunter could be the same. Oh no, Hitman. Oh, the Demon Hunter.
A player's forces are under attack.
Demon Hunter. Oh, Blade, no, he's going to kill a Wisp. He could have killed the DH. No. There's no way of knowing, but, you know. You could have. You might be saying to yourself, ooh, TC, pretty bad against Dryads, but of course, if you're never going to take the fight, you can always just go Shockwave for buildings. Okay, the headers are coming in, but Hitman does still build the towers. Maybe because he only realized now that it was lures. That might be what happened. Maybe he only scouted the lures right now. I'll have to ask him. In fact, I'm going to ask him after this series.
Players' forces are under attack.
So that we get an answer together, guys. Okay? Because we gotta stop these DH players, okay? But Razermoon. Such a great player that if we stopped his DH play, he would probably just switch into a different strategy. Well, Razermoon maybe being a little bit over aggressive. DH gets 3 though. Naga gets level 2 just perfectly on time. The beast also used. Shockwave to hero focus. Push on vulnerability passed over. Demon Hunter now the target of focus. And this will be a TP, won't it? Oh, no, staff. Yeah, if he staffed, he would have lost everything. So, TP is forced. And Hitman has gotten his towers up. What is their tier 3? Yeah, Tree of Eternity. And bears are on their way. An orb is purchased. But Razermoon is kind of out of steam, isn't he? He needs rejuve and he needs another TP. Another potion of vulnerability, really, before he can go out on the map. And that's a lot of things he needs. Ruined Bracers, pretty close to useless, but not entirely. Riot goes down to the blade. And then comes in for the creep track. Oh, there's no TP. Razermoon has to fight. Is this bear here? Okay, he's got the first bear out. That's actually so huge because obviously no dispel. Rejuve on the Demon Hunter, rejuve on the bear. He's not morphing the bear. He had the mana to do so. But hero focus on the blade because Razermoon realized that was his only out. Asking about D's too? Yeah, of course I will. At least Razermoon got out of there without losing his heroes. Could have been the game right there. 50 against 35, but attack advantage for Razermoon. Duck took game 1? Duck took game 1 off Pato? Oh my god. We'll definitely check out tail end of game 2 if we can. Same Razermoon that does Firelord, Farseer rushes are different. This is a different player. That is Razerman. This is Razermoon. And GG is called. Oh, let's wait one sec. Can we get in the game? Hold up. Ooh, we got in the game. We got in game 2. So, Hitman defeats Razermoon 2-0 with the Raider strategy. Oh, let me ask him really quick.